Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below and I will answer them before the end of the show. Now, there has been a lot of news this week. I do apologize for last week. If you missed the video, I did throw out my back. And it took me about 4 or so days to really recover, but thankfully I feel good again. It's still a little tender, but that's about it. And now we have a lot of news to talk about. And the biggest news has to be the pricing of the Galaxy S20 and why I believe Samsung is really dooming this device in terms of sales. And I really believe that the industry is about to get a huge shock of how much 5G means to consumers. So let's jump right to the cost. Alright, now this has been verified by a couple of sources now, so I do believe it to be true. And from what I've talked about to people I know at Samsung on the field side, it looks like it's true. So, the S20, $1,000. The S20 Plus, $1,200. And the S20 Ultra, $1,400. Now, apparently, for some reason, this will be cheaper at AT&T by $100 each. AT&T is basically eating that price. But the big thing about this is twofold. One, these are all 5G phones. So that's the big thing that we didn't know going back and forth. From what I know now, I can tell you these are all 5G phones. So they are banking on the fact that, well, people will understand that it's a 5G phone, so it should be more expensive. They don't. They really don't, Samsung. And this is, I think, it's the same mistake that we have called out in the past for LG making, as well as for Pixel making, and now we're going to call out Samsung for it too, because it's only right. Samsung will drop these prices because these will not sell. I can tell you, going into carrier stores right now, going into retail stores right now, no one is really buying phones. Like, they are down year over year, month over month. They are not excelling compared to what they were last year at this time. And yes, tax season's coming, and that's what they're all hoping will jump the sales. But in this case, this isn't going to be the boom that everyone's hoping for. See, everyone's hoping right now that the S20 launch is going to really bring in more traffic, bring in more people to it. But this is a huge differentiation in terms of pricing. They are outpricing themselves when Apple just lowered their pricing. Again, I understand it's a 5G phone, but I think Samsung will quickly realize that it will drop in price, probably at least $100 to $200 for each of these devices within 2 months. Because as soon as the sales start not picking up to what they want, you're going to see a huge issue. I really do believe that too. And also, the biggest thing I would say is I'm a fan of getting the unlocked phone variants typically. However, the big issue with that is what 5G bands are going to be on the unlocked phones. You have AT&T that has low band and high band. You have Verizon that only has high band. You have Sprint that only has mid band. And then you have T-Mobile that has high band and low band, and maybe mid band if the merger goes through. But would Samsung not give all 3 of those bands to the unlocked phone? Or would it be only low band and only high band, and then maybe if the merger takes place they can do a software update with mid band? But then, are you really going to leave that kind of update to the carrier, Samsung? This is a problem. It really is. And I truly do believe that if these are the prices, which again, I've heard from 3 different sources now at this point that these are the prices, it's in for a rude awakening to the telecommunications industry if they think that 5G is that big. And they do. Don't get me wrong, they totally do. I listen to financing stuff all the time, and a lot of them are idiots because they think they can tell consumers what to do or what to want. And only one person can do that. Apple. Apple can do that. But in this case, it's really a thing of like, I get it. While Samsung was just like, you know what, we're not going to make LTE and 5G phones in the US. We're just going to make 5G phones in the US. This was not a smart play. And I think it's a bizarre misstep. I really do. I'm going to unpack. I can't wait. I personally am going to buy an S20 Ultra. But at this price, even with a $600 trade-in, I don't know how many people I could recommend it to. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If these are the prices for the Galaxy S20, if these are the prices for a 5G smartphone in the US, and remember, you only have the 5G variant in the US, will you be buying it? What will the trade-in have to be? Samsung has gone as high as $650. I believe that's the top amount you could trade in. Are they going to go higher? Because that might sweeten the pot. You know, if my Note 10 Plus is trade-in about $800, it definitely makes this easier. But that is going to be the thing. I truly do believe that in 2 months, you are going to see a drop in price for these phones. Because I do not believe they will sell, especially to the standards that Samsung wants. You always want a year-over-year increase of numbers. Now, you can sell less phones and get more revenue, which, again, I do believe they're going to do that, of course. More profit is here, definitely. But the problem with that profit is it's not going to make up for the difference of the lack of sales, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see, but watching this industry for a long time, I can truly believe that it really isn't going to be enough, even with a $650 trade-in for a S10 Plus from last year, or an iPhone 11 Pro Max, or Maximilian, you know, whatever we call it here. But yeah, I really don't think, I think Samsung is making a big misstep, and I think it will cost them, and I think they will lower their price. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, I myself am going to get an S20 Ultra. I am very excited for the zoom. I'm also excited for a few of the tweaks that I've seen too. So I myself am excited for the device. But knowing the industry, knowing consumers better than a lot of these companies do, I think it's going to hurt them, and I think they're going to do the same thing that LG and Pixel have done in the past. I think they're going to drop price within 2 months. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm very curious. At these prices, will you buy it? Hey, we got a super chat from Quiet Storm. Thank you for that super chat donation, sir. I really do appreciate it. All right. Now, we get some other information on the S20, mainly what's inside the box. It's kind of like what happened with the Note and Note Plus, and that is you are getting the 25-watt charge in the S20 and S20 Plus, but you're actually going to get the 45-watt charge in the S20 Ultra. Now the question will be if this 45-watt charge will make a difference. If you did see our video on this, when we hooked up the 45-watt charger to our Note, it made no difference whatsoever. It was basically, I think, a 2-minute difference in terms of charging speed. So obviously, for something you get in the box to something you get separately, it made no difference. Like you should not have bought the 45-watt charger. You should have just bought a 25-watt charger. Will this make a difference? That is very curious to see. I'm very curious to see how that will be. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. But yeah, it does look like the Ultra will be coming with the 45-watt charge, which again, I think is good. I think that's what it should be. All right, now let's talk about the other Samsung phone, which I am not excited for. I'm sure I will. I am predicting this right now, that when I see it in person at Unpacked, I will be a much different experience. Like, oh man, this is so cool. It's guys, it's really something. When you see it in your hand, it looks awesome and all that kind of stuff. I truly do believe I will say that kind of stuff, because I do believe that it will look a lot cooler in person, just like the Razr did. But I still believe that if they don't at least give this year's cameras, you really aren't going to get a lot of people buying this device. And I think they're banking too much on nostalgia and cool factor than making sense. So this is the Z Flip, and there's some cool videos out here showing it basically in more realistic. It's about 13 seconds, and it shows it exactly how it's going to look. And honestly, it does look cool that you can flip it close on itself. I do not think it looks as good as the Razr on the outside for sure. I think the outside is very bland. Here's a better picture of it. I think the outside is very bland. Like, Samsung definitely should have put a screen out there instead of just a little notification part. It definitely should have put a big screen out there. It didn't make sense not to, and they could have made the triple camera. But yeah, so for $1,400, which is the price we're getting in the US, I don't think it's going to be that. Again, I don't think it's going to sell that well, because that's the same price you're getting for the Ultra, and I think the Ultra is going to be better than this phone in every way, especially when it comes to battery life. I just think you're better off getting the Ultra than you're getting this. But again, cool factor, I would easily wait for the Galaxy Fold 2. I think it's a better design, and of course, with the rumor being that if it does have bendable glass, it will have an S Pen. That is something that I think is definitely worth the wait. Now, I want to thank Alex Rudd. Thank you for making it to the show, sir. Thank you for the Super Chat donation. I really do appreciate it. Awesome to have you back live. I had to do it on a Saturday for you to be live, huh? All right, so now let's get to the next part. So the Galaxy Buds Plus are going to be free if you pre-order the Samsung S20 Plus and S20 Ultra. Here's the big thing about it. There are some good upgrades from it. So the new price point will be $130 and $150, although I do believe that price point on the original Galaxy Buds will drop down to $99 permanently once these come out, just because it makes more sense to stay competitive. So here's a little bit about it. The batteries have been bumped up on both the Buds from 58 to 85, as well as the case from 252 to 270. In terms of the battery life and actual playtime, you're getting 11 hours versus 6 hours. So that's really good. It's a lot longer playtime. It's really reminding me of some better headphones that I've seen out there. So I do like that. Much better and longer battery life, which is important. I do also like the really quick charge. Before, you got 15 minutes, gave you 100 minutes of playtime. Now you have 3 minutes, will give you 60 minutes. That's really good, because that's literally like while you're doing something, just like quickly charge them, and you have a whole hour of playtime. That is awesome. I really love that, and hopefully that gets better and better as time goes on. Other than that, you do have better sound quality. So you have two woofers now, a woofer and a tweeter now. Before, you just had the tweeter, I believe. So it didn't have much bass to it. And believe me, bass makes a big difference. I have been testing out the 75Ts from Jabra. The bass is phenomenal compared to the first batch. Like, I was blown away by how much bass there was in this time around. You also have one more microphone, so you have two outside microphones instead of one now, which hopefully will improve the call quality. No headphones have really got the call quality down. I would say Apple is among the best around there with Sony in terms of audio quality. The 75Ts did not pass the Starbucks test, but they did actually muffle most of the background noise, but you could still tell I was in a Starbucks. So these, I have further tests to do. I'm still testing these out before the full review comes out, but these were really good. Hey, MFX, thank you for the Super Chat donation, sir. I really do appreciate it. And remember, guys, when you do the Super Chat donation, I know you don't always want to, but you can always feel free to leave any question right there so I can get immediately to it. But yeah, so that is all of the main stuff for the new ones. The new colors are going to be black, white, blue, and red. I am all for darker colors this time around, just because I felt like the other ones were too brightish. Like the yellow and the silver, and I like the black ones. I like the different ones, and yeah, can't wait to test them out. All right, the other product is going to be the LG V60 ThinQ. Now, this device is really interesting because it's actually not doing something that every other manufacturer has done. And before you say it, I'm wondering the same thing. Why are we talking about the V60 before we talked about the G9? Because really, we should be talking about the G9 before we talk about the V60. LG is kind of moving all of their stuff around with that. But the most important part is that we're getting a 5,000 milliamp battery. But there's one more important thing that we're getting here that we're not getting anywhere else now on the flagship. Yes, the S20 does not have it. And that is the headphone jack. The LG phones will still have the headphone jack at least this year. We'll have to wait and see how it does. Overall, I'm really curious what LG is coming out with. I will tell you guys that I absolutely love this dual screen phone from LG. This was the G8X. And really love it. We'll be having a review on this one. Shout out to Juan Carlos Bagnell for making this possible. Really love testing this phone out. And yeah, we have B-roll shot, but not the full review shot, so we'll be sharing that soon. And then Motorola came out to really challenge LG and Samsung in the low price tier from the $200 to the $350 price range phones. So they're coming out with two different ones, the Moto G Stylus and the Moto G Power, and really these two phones are very similar to each other. Both have a headphone jack, both are Type-C finally for Moto, all Type-C now, and this one has a stylus. Now the stylus is nowhere near like an actual digitized Wacom stylus. It really is kind of just, you know, like the LG Stylo. It's a stylus that can do the same things your finger can and nothing more. So here's the thing about these two phones. Which one do you want? You want the stylus because it is the better overall phone in terms of camera quality and in terms of storage. So it has a 128 versus 64. But the one thing that the Power does have is a 5,000 milliamp battery versus 4,000. So if you just want really long battery life, the Power is going to have that. But everything else the stylus has, we'll get to the cameras in a second. Another thing, I really don't think that you should be calling 10 watts rapid charging. I think the minimum for fast charging should be 15 or 18 watts now, because we have phones that have 25, 45, 65 watt chargers. So 10 watts is not rapid. And I don't even like them saying that it is, giving the illusion that it's a fast charge. Let's see. Oh yes, and the cameras. So the camera for the stylus is a fixed 48 megapixel pixel bending camera. Out for the stylus, and for the Power, it's just a regular 60 megapixel. Both are f1.7, and then you have a secondary wide-angle camera, 16 megapixels, versus the 8 megapixel on the ultra wide for the for the Power. That is a big difference to me. I really think that is important. So I think if you want to shoot wide angle shots and have the better overall performer, I think you want to go with the stylus. Again, I feel that it's much better, and the autofocus is laser as opposed to phase detection, which is arguable which one's better. But yeah, so overall, I think the camera quality isn't bad. Obviously, these are ones that they released, so obviously they don't have any of the bad ones they took, but I think it's pretty good looking in terms of the quality. And I do think that it's definitely worth getting. 300 and 250 are the price points that we are supposedly getting. So I'll have to wait and see how it turns out. It looks like it will be, the stylus will be sold at Metro. And let's see. Verizon, Republic Wireless, and the Power will be sold at Verizon, US Cellular, and Xfinity Mobile. Hopefully they'll just have an unlocked variant, and that's the one that most people should buy. So yeah. Alright, then the last bit of news is very little news, but it's something that has not leaked. So that, I think, is something worth talking about. Now, as you know, I told you guys a couple months back that there would be a new Galaxy Watch coming out with this launch. Now, this is a Galaxy Watch, not a Galaxy Watch Active. So this will be the successor to the Galaxy Watch that I'm currently wearing, which had the best battery life. It had some really great stuff. So we do get one update on it. And that is there will be a stainless steel variant this time around. And it will be the same colors as the Galaxy Watch Active, which was black, silver, and gold. So those will be the three colors. You have the silver and gold here. And then you also will have the black one as well. So those will be the three colors on the new Galaxy Watch, and there will be a stainless steel version. We do not have more information on it, unfortunately, but it's definitely something that I know a lot of people have been wanting to hear about and wanting to see. So yes, there will be a new Galaxy Watch active, and the latest information we have on it is that there will be a stainless steel variant. Alright guys, that was the news for today. Now let's get to your questions in the comment section down below. Again, if you have a question you'd like to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. If you can hear too, my voice is a little My daughter was sick earlier this week, and I'm now getting sick after recovering from the back pain. Good times, good times. Alright, yes, and there was a new Mobile Weekly thumbnail, finally kind of put it out. I literally took that 2 hours ago, so it's something that's fresh. I probably will fix it by next time around too. I don't like it 100%. And I still have to clean up the background. Let's see. I can't read these actually. My eyesight is getting terrible. There we go. Now everything's clear again. Alright. Hey Rigsby, glad you are feeling better. I am feeling better, thank you very much, Rawson. I am definitely feeling better in terms of my back, and then again, I just started to get a stuffy nose today, which I definitely hope I get better right away. Let's see. S20 Ultra for me, I rarely use the S Pen, so the Note series is no longer worth the premium. I completely understand that. I still use the S Pen every week. I would not say every day, but I still use it every week, so I probably will miss my S Pen as normal when it happens. Let's see. "5G is not even out in most places for a year or 3. Yeah, definitely. I mean, 5G is very low right now overall, and I think it's definitely something that you want to kind of see more of in terms of, I can tell you that, like, when people ask me about 5G, and I tell them, like, yeah, man, I really get a lot better, consistent, higher speeds, they're like, yeah, but how fast? They don't care about low-band 5G. Mid-band is really what everyone actually wants, which is funny because Sprint has the first mid-band, and no one's paying attention to them because they're going to be hopefully bought out. So yeah, so it's really a thing where I'm really curious to see how it works and how it will go from here. Let's see. Would you justify the price of the phones when DeX is equal to that or a laptop? Okay, so DeX doesn't really justify the price, no. Just because you can connect it to a laptop, and I have the perfect DeX station. Remember, I have the HP one that I absolutely love, and you know there are other ones coming out. I think Next Stock was the one that Juan Carlos Bagnell reviewed, and I'm still waiting on my Mirror book, which I guess will happen in the next few months. I don't know. They've been, granted, obviously the Chinese factories have been having nothing but issues right now. Even Foxconn is shut down, which could lead to shortages of iPhones, by the way. Very interested to see if that is the case. They were supposed to reopen. They have said they will not be pushing it to be that early. They are going to stay closed until everything is safe. So again, there could be a shortage of iPhones soon, which will be interesting. But yeah, so that is... So is it justifiable because of DeX? And because like you get laptops for that price or less? Okay, so here's my thought on that. One, yes, you do get laptops and stuff like that for that kind of price, but at the same time, like, it's not comparable. They're completely different products, completely different uses for those products. You're not making phone calls on your laptop unless you're really that into Google Voice and, you know, VoIP kind of services, but most people aren't. And you're not really using apps on your laptop because apps on Windows aren't that good. So it really is just different all the way around. And I would say that those aren't really the same thing. It's really not. People use smartphones in different ways, and right now people are used to paying a certain price for those smartphones, and people are used to paying a certain price for laptops. But honestly, laptops have been getting cheaper and cheaper for what you can get and what will work in comparison to a laptop. And when smartphones have done the same in the past few years. So for Samsung to kind of go reverse because of 5G, I think is a mistake on their part. I did talk about that trade-in, so yeah. Again, the trade-in will be like $650 unless it's more this time around, but that's what we're expecting. Sorry, my nose started getting stuffed up. Why is Apple the only company that can? They have a U.S. brand, true, but if RCS takes a hold, they keeps. If RCS takes hold, will they keep their hold? So, couple things on that. So, why is Apple the only one that can? Because Apple has proven that they can. They removed the headphone jack, which no one in the industry wanted, and made true wireless headphones, which no one in the industry asked for. Less battery life, all this kind of stuff. And yes, Samsung made true wireless headphones first. Other people made true wireless headphones before Samsung as well. Galaxy Buds, they weren't called Galaxy Buds, they were called something else. But they came out before the Apple headphones. But here's the thing about that. Apple profited from it the most, more than anyone else. The true wireless headphones that Apple makes are like 90% of the profit or 95% of the profit of true wireless headphones. So they far outsell every headphone company. So yeah, they make the most of the profit. So they can change the industry. I'm not saying I like Apple. I'm just saying that in terms of a brand power, they are so dominating in the tech industry that they have proven they can make an ugly ass forehead and everyone will follow them the next year, which is what happened. So that's what I mean, that Apple can do it and, change pricing and do all these different things and people will still get it. This has been proven time and time again. Now, they can't go too far. They've had their failures with the iPhone, what was it? 7C, the one with the C, no, 5C. The 5C was an absolute failure. So they've proven they can mess up. They can't go too far, and people won't follow them entirely. But as they moved up the price point, it's all about this. Apple can do certain things, and certain people will follow. In terms of paying for the money, in terms of spending $1,000 on a smartphone, all that kind of stuff, Apple can do it. But the problem is Samsung cannot be more expensive than Apple. Because if Samsung is more expensive than Apple, it will not benefit them. It will not. They are not Apple in that sense where they cannot raise the price in a time frame when Android smartphones are more competitive in terms of price. So it's two different brands, right? But OnePlus 5G phones are out there for $900 and $800. You have TCL, which we found out is a mid-ranger, but it's a $500 5G phone. So, there's all these competitors out there that are still cheaper in terms of 5G. Granted, they don't have the brand name that Samsung does, but they're not increasing the price to the dramatic levels that Samsung is. And again, my experience in this tells me that just like I said with LG, and just like I said with the Pixel 4, they are going to drop price because people will not buy at this price. And they're going to see sales are sluggish, and that will happen. So yeah. I want to get the S20 Ultra. Love unlock phone, but if New York and other states need 5G with all the 5G plans. Yeah, it depends. You really need all 5G plans because high band is worthless in New York. I think Verizon's 5G in New York is literally 4 buildings or 5 buildings if you look at their coverage map of 5G in New York because they're only high band. So yeah, it really is. You want all bands. Got the Anker Liberty Air 2 Pro. Extremely happy with them. Nice. How's the call quality on those, Alex? Because I haven't heard that from a lot of people. So let me know in your comments. Had a Best Buy $100 gift card and couldn't resist. Nice. Thanks for bringing us the greatest tech show on YouTube. Well, thank you, Paul. I really appreciate that. I don't know if that's true, but I do thank you for that for sure. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Oh, and by the way, this Wednesday will be the anniversary of the channel, guys. So I'm going to be coming back. Tuesday is the Samsung Unpacked event. Wednesday is going to be the anniversary of the channel. We're going on 8 years. So really great for that. I'm going to try to see about doing a giveaway by the end of the month. I probably won't do it this week, but by the end of the month, we're going to be giving away a phone, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so thank you guys. I just want to say that. But yeah, we're pretty much all there, so it's awesome that like we've made it to 8 years. That's awesome. Now I forgot the whole bunch of questions slid, so now I need to see where we are. You should set up a join channel so we can support you. I've thought about that. What I want to do for that scenario is basically maybe do like tech talk in my commute. So in my current job, I drive for at least half an hour to get to my locations as a district manager. So I will say that I've thought about doing that, like tech talk, and then it could be like a join the channel, and because you have to offer something in order to do that. So I thought about that, like, you know, just kind of like talking about whatever category and all that kind of stuff, and then, you know, if you guys join the channel, then yeah, we could I could do that kind of behind the scenes stuff where it's like, you know, just regular tech talks, kind of like podcasts, but a little bit different. Rick, I agree with you. I'm still rocking an S8. I live where there is no 5G, at least for 3 years. No sale for me. There you go. What are you chugging? I am chugging a decaf coffee. Should be chugging tea, but I didn't have time to make it. 2 sips so Rick doesn't get held responsible. Don't forget people to throw those questions in. Absolutely. Still rocking a Gear S3. Got it. Definitely. Would love to get a Samsung watch. I can't wait to test out the new Samsung watch for sure. Do you think the new Galaxy watch will have a touchscreen only rotation bezel? I don't know. I would say no, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I haven't heard that because the people that I talked to didn't hear about it. So I don't know. I would say, if I were to bet right now, I would say that it doesn't have a rotating bezel, that it has the touch bezel. But we'll have to wait and see. I think that is the way they're going because the style looked good. I don't like it because it's more fragile, but we'll have to wait and see. Do you think we'll ever bring back MST on the Galaxy Watch? No, because they've still sold just as much, if not more, without that feature. So no, I don't think they will. What I would more like to see, to be quite honest, is a Samsung Pay credit card. I think that would be interesting to kind of do what Apple does, but very differently. And it's funny because Samsung bought the company, I can't remember the name, but the company that Samsung bought, who had the MST technology, who they bought for that reason, was going to have a credit card that you could use like at restaurants and things like that, but didn't. So yeah. Mobile carriers are hyping up the 5G like it's so great. Is it not going to really be great for 3 years? Yeah, I mean, mid-band is the big thing that everyone is missing on right now. Have any favorite Super Bowl commercials? I don't remember them. I'm really trying to remember some of the Super Bowl commercials. Groundhog Day was a good one. I don't remember them off the top of my head, to be quite honest. None of them are that memorable, I would say. Oh, the Planters was pretty good. That was the Mr. Peanut, Baby Peanut now. And the Walmart one with all the guest shopping. But that's just, like, they've done that before. They just kind of updated it. Prime Video versus Netflix versus Hulu versus Disney Plus. If you can only afford one, which is the best? I would say there's a different answer now compared to the end of the year. I would say right now Netflix is still probably the best. The problem is Netflix is losing everything, left and right. Everything. If you subscribe to Netflix because of old shows, all those are going away. And I mean all of them. Like, every single one of those old shows are going to be gone. Because everyone's starting their own streaming service. CBS doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Viacom is stupid. They literally have like 4 streaming services, and they're continuing to have more. Very idiotic. They have like CBS All Access, they have the CW, they have the DC Universe, they have all these different ones, and they're going to launch another one now. It's really dumb. All of those will consolidate once they're not making money. As for other side, you are going to see like Hulu. I don't think it's really going to be that impressive as time goes on, because of the fact that Disney owns both Disney Plus and Hulu, and guess what they're going to really side with? So yeah, I really see Disney Plus will be the best streaming service by the end of the year. In my opinion, I've already dropped Netflix to 1 user, which I had the highest tier before. I had the 4 user, 4K, Ultra HD, all that kind of stuff. And I dropped it down all the way to 1 user. I am still debating on getting rid of it, but that is where I'm at currently right now with it. So I will say by the end of the year, Disney Plus will be the best one for everything that it offers, and it will have the biggest collection, I feel like, too, as time goes on, because you're going to see Fox properties, you're going to see all this stuff start to come to it, because they own Fox and Disney. As it goes away from Netflix, it will come to Disney Plus, and you can tell that if you actually subscribe to Disney Plus YouTube, every month they're doing what Netflix did, which is what's coming to Disney Plus. And you can see like so many things like The Sandlot, all these old movies and shows are coming to Disney Plus, and you're going to only see more and more as time goes on. And, you know, new movies. Basically what they're doing is after 3 months after the movie is released, it comes to Disney Plus as well. So you're seeing stuff, even like their Disney Channel shows, like Descendants 3 is already coming to it. And you're seeing more and more of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's really great in terms of everything. Alright, let's see what else is there. Shakira was better than J-Lo, just saying. I think Shakira has always been a better dancer than J-Lo. J-Lo's the bigger name. Both, I think, did really good. And yeah, I loved like one of the memes that said like, this was a 50-year-old in the 80s, and it showed a picture of the Golden Girls. And then this is a 50-year-old now, and J-Lo dancing on the pole, which I thought was hilarious. So yeah, it's amazing. I really think it is amazing that, and we don't talk about it as much, the longevity of human life, how it's extended over the millennia and the decades. Like, it really is getting better and better. Although with this coronavirus, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of freaking people out. We've had the first U.S. Passing away, so it's kind of scary in that sense. They were not live singing. It was all done with tracks. Has that been verified, really? I didn't even watch Super Bowl. Oh, well, it was good. It was good. Even though, if you know me, you know I'm a 49ers fan, so I just want to erase that fourth quarter. Just erase it. The producer of the Super Bowl came out in an interview and said so. Oh, there you go. So yeah, it was all tracks. There you go. Well, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. That is true. Most are lip sync for sure. XM4 are going to be hype. Have they even announced they're doing those yet? I mean, it could be. They could be announcing it at MWC. Ricky, isn't the S20 Ultra price higher than the iPhone? Isn't the S20 Ultra price higher than the iPhone Max Pro price? So Samsung is charging more than Apple. Yes, that's why I said it's a mistake. You can't do that. You can't. What's supposed to be the benefit of S20 Ultra 100 times space zoom? So mainly, forget the stupid 100 times zoom. What it really is 10 times optical zoom, which means you actually can zoom in 10 times without losing any quality whatsoever. That is really good. It's something we've never had in a phone that small. So that's really awesome. It's lossless zoom. It basically will keep the exact same quality as you zoom in all the way 10 times. You're not going to get fuzziness, you're not going to get blurriness. It's going to be perfect zoom quality. That is really awesome and really something that honestly is great, and I've been wanting in smartphones for a very long time. So it's a great feature. Definitely something that I would say has been needed, especially when you travel. That's what I keep telling everyone. When is zoom so important? When you travel. When you travel, that is the most important time when you want zoom. So that is a big part of it. But basically, like, when I was traveling, I remember it was so clear. On our honeymoon, we were, far away distance from things like the Eiffel Tower, like Big Ben, all these things. And I wanted to zoom in, but the zoom in looked like crap. So it wasn't that good. But if I had a 10 times optical zoom, it would have been a great picture. So that's what it really is important. When you're in a crowd, like say like at a wedding, I remember too, when I was zooming in, I wanted to take good pictures of the bride and groom so I could send it to them on their app. Again, you're far away, so it doesn't really look that good. And when you're zooming in to the 5 times, 6 times digital zoom, so this is going to be a big leap forward for better quality in zoom photos. But I don't think that many people will appreciate it until you start seeing some great photos of it. I got the XM3 earbuds as well. How have you liked them? The call quality on the Liberty 2s is great. Better than the Buds by a mile. That's awesome. Really cool. Call quality is something that's very rare that's good. I'm scared to see the trade value will be towards the S20 with the S10 Plus. Definitely, same here. Haven't seen much on the Galaxy Buds Plus. We walked a little bit through it, yeah. When thinking about the giveaway, just remember your biggest fan. Oh, that's hilarious. Ricky, this is off topic, but are you a Lakers fan? What's your opinion on the late great Kobe Bryant? I answered that I think it was the day or the day after his passing on that Mobile Weekly, so I think it was 2 weeks ago. Has it been 2 weeks? Wow, it has. Wow, I remember like that was yesterday. But I was not really into basketball at that point. I was into basketball a lot as a kid. I was a Bulls fan, Michael Jordan, all that kind of legacy. I was always a fan of any LA team because I love anything LA. I'm a big fan of LA team, but I will not say like I will not come out all of a sudden and be like, oh, I was a fanboy. He was the best ever and all stuff. He was one of the best ever. He's an amazing player, and what I admired more about him was his business and his ethic and all of that. And even that's what I think that made it so impactful was not only the fact, first of all, as a father and losing him and his daughter, that is a horrible thought. Like having a daughter myself and having a son, like not being able to protect them. I couldn't imagine those last moments. But really with him, I think he transcended basketball because he was just such, yeah, he had his brands, he had all this kind of stuff, but it was his work ethic and his way of thinking that I thought was so great and so inspirational. So yes, I am a Kobe Bryant fan, but not necessarily of Kobe Bryant the player, although I always, rooted for them when they were in the finals and they were doing that, and but it's more of the person that I was the bigger fan of. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Waiting to see how Samsung responds to S20 sales. I'm willing to wait for the Note 20 Ultra. I would recommend waiting. So the Galaxy Tab S6 is great except for the S Pen replacements. Oh, the S Pen placement. You know, it's funny. I haven't bought that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was going to do the trade-in, and then I got sick and pain, so I didn't end up buying it. But yeah, I have to kind of figure that out. Where's our informant, Mullet Baby? I don't know. Mullet Baby hasn't been around for a long time. Hopefully he's okay. Mullet Baby, we miss you on the chat. Just want to let you know. What are you the district manager of? I don't really go into my personal stuff. More so, just it's in the mobile industry. And it has always been. Well, no, that's not true. I've been marketing too. I've been in a lot of stuff. But yeah. When is your review of the Jabra 75Ts? Really looking forward to your thoughts. It's just trying to get the studio up and running, man. It's like I still haven't cleaned this area. I built my last closet, thank God. So now all my clothes can go away, and we're getting rid of some of the boxes more and more as time goes by. And I did this just yesterday when my back was finally feeling better. So that is where I'm at. Tomorrow I plan on cleaning up the studio more so I can have record some videos before I leave and have everything set. I want to have a video released tomorrow night too. So yeah, gonna have some stuff come out. I really liked having it on my watch before it was stolen. Sorry to hear that. I can't bring myself to buy a Galaxy Watch because the MST I use more than anything else. Then yeah, I would recommend buying a used. What was the last one that had a Gear S3? The Mountain Dew one was good too. Oh, the Shining, yeah, that was a good one. Well, I am kind of thirsty. I love that kind of twist to it. Let's see. I know I still can get a Gear, use Gear S3, yeah. Any word on whether the Galaxy Plus will have made a big improvement on call quality? My current set can't handle any noise over a library. That's hilarious. Yes, they will have better call quality because they have 2 external mics now, so it's going to have better noise cancellation on a call, but we'll have to wait and see how good they are. 75T active or new XM3s? The XM3 isn't new. It's been out for a couple months. I would say, honestly, Jabra improved the 75Ts so much, so I will have to test it out because I don't think neither will have noise cancellation, but Jabra has some really good audio stuff coming out that I got to test behind closed doors at CES, and I was very happy with it. Netflix is gonna expire like Blockbuster. I really do think it is, especially because Netflix is so in debt, like so in debt, that they're spending more money than they can afford to. I think the Buds Plus will have 2 microphones, so they may not be that good since Anchor has like 4 mics. That is a good point. Betty White is gonna outlive us all. Yeah, that's true. In your opinion, what size does a TV have to be able to actually see the benefits of 4K? I would say it's 65 is when you start to see the benefits. I would say anything higher than that, you definitely can't see the benefits. It's supposed to be that above 82 is when you can see the benefits of 8K, but I just think it's better upscaling. Note 10 Plus 5G. So you're saying that this phone is not capable of catching mid-range band signal because of the lack of hardware chipset or something? Or are you saying the mid-range does not exist yet? The Note 10 5G Plus does not have the mid-range. No, it doesn't. If you got... well, I'm not sure what every carrier has, but for T-Mobile, I can tell you the Note 10 5G... Note 10 Plus 5G does not have the mid-range band or the high-end band, which is really weird because I can tell you for at least T-Mobile, Samsung, for the S10 Plus 5G, it had the only high band. And then for the Note 10 5G, it had only the low band. I don't know why they couldn't put the high band in there too, but they didn't. And that's literally on T-Mobile's website. You can see it does not have the high band. Although T-Mobile's high band is very low anyway. Super Bowl was 3 quarters this year. 49ers won. Dang straight. I don't think Ricky enjoyed his team losing. No, I did not. Speaking of apps, not no, not 51st State questions, cough cough. How is little app doing? He's doing good. If you don't know, my son's name is Alexander Parker, and then my last name. So his initials are App. Yeah, he's doing great. Love him, and just amazing to see growing up. Right now, I have to stay away from him though because I am feeling not good. So I'm barred from the bedroom. But yeah, speaking of apps, 51st Date Questions. Let's talk about that. If you're not familiar with 51st Date Questions, this is an app that I made, and really I have gotten so much just wowness over all of you downloading and playing it. It's a fun app to play on a date if you want to, if you're going out with a significant other on a first date or on a 50th year date. It is a really great one to rediscover that person and see what they like now and what they're interested in now and how things have changed. You'd be really surprised how things have changed over time. So download the app. It's on the Google Play Store or the Samsung, Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Both links are in the description. All right. When is the price too high for a smartphone? I think we've been pushing that, really, haven't we? We've really been pushing that because the $1,000 smartphone was already worrisome, and now we're getting higher and higher. Now, the defense of that is, well, they're raising prices because people are upgrading less. But you're not going to make them upgrade that much quicker by doing that. So that's my whole thing. I just think the prices are already getting high because there's more and more competition coming, and it's only getting fiercer. It's only getting more competitive. You've seen ones like the Pixel 3a and OnePlus rise in this time because they have better price points and they're great phones. So I think that's only going to hurt the big players like Samsung and Apple if they don't lower their prices, which Apple did. Apple did do it. They lowered it from $750 to $700 for their iPhone 11, and it sold more. So I think that's what you need to do right now to stay competitive. Let's see. Is he magic? When will you have the S20? I do not know. I'll have to wait and see. He comes in every so often, drops some tech information. Yes, he does. Let's see. The only reason I want to buy the Flip is because it's being pocketable. Even though I'm a big guy with big hands, my pants pockets are the same. So here's my conversation for that, right? Yeah. I give you Exhibit A, pants. All right, so here's my thing. Okay, say your pants are tight or whatever, anything like that, you know. So they don't fit in the pocket. So here's the thing. Yes, your pants can be very tight. Like, say, like this back pocket's pretty small, right? So it's okay. Say this is the size, right? So very small pocket. You only have this big. No way a smartphone can fit in there. But a smartphone that bends could fit in there. Here's the thing. It's going to be really thick, like really thick. So I don't see the main benefit, and I don't think people are thinking about it in terms of, yes, I get it. It's going to be a smaller pocket in terms of this way, so it will fit in smaller pockets. Okay. That being said, it's going to be this thick, like this. This is perfect. This is how thick this is going to be. This is how thick the phone will be. It'll actually be thicker than this. This is 2 screens, right? And it will be thicker than this. So that is a problem when comparing it to a phone even though this has a case on it. Like, this is considerably thicker. Okay, this is a really thick case from Moment, though. Hold on. I have other phones. Here we go. Very thin case from Rocket. So, this top part is a lot thinner than this part. It's really substantially thinner. And that is going to be the difference of the Z. And I'll point that out at the event. I'm definitely going to be taking other phones, and I'm going to be comparing the thickness of it in comparison to it for sure. All right. Let's see. The only reason, oh yeah, I'm skipping the S20 and getting the next iPhone. I don't need 5G right now. Yeah, I'm really wondering how iPhone's going to play 5G. I still am not 100% sure. I don't care what, whatever his name is, the big leaker on iPhone says. I'm not still 100% convinced that Apple will have 5G this year. But it'll be really interesting. Because, let's face it, this is the thing, this is my argument that I've kept saying the entire time. If Apple doesn't have 5G this year, do you think they're really not going to sell phones? Do you think if they keep the prices at the same amount, so they don't raise the prices, you think they're really not going to sell? They'll sell. Still making them payments on my Note 10 Plus. Say no to skinny jeans. Ricky, are you going to the Samsung event next week? Yes, I am driving down there Monday, and I will be there Tuesday. If anyone lives in San Francisco, let me know what's a really good place for clam chowder. We interrupt this program to bring you Tech and Pants. Does it work? Tech and Pants. Tech and Pants. We're going to do everything. Tech and Love, Tech and Pants, Tech and Baby, everything. Tech out the house. If you have the S20, now tug your left earlobe. Guys, I always tell you, like, can't, I don't know why. Check out the pants. There you go. Check out the pants. Should I had a Galaxy Fold? I do miss the Galaxy Fold for sure. I want my pocket to light up. I want my pocket to have a wireless charger inside of it. Then you can wirelessly charge your phone while your phone's in your pocket. Make it happen. Make it happen, Levi's, you know? I mean, who doesn't? Pants that charge your phone as you walk. Damn it, MFX, you beat me to it. S20 is in the Rigsby dimension. Don't look at that hole in that dimension over there. I can open a separate dimension with a Green Lantern ring. If I only had the lantern, I still don't have the lantern. Ricky, what do you think about the A71? Honestly, I have not really looked into it too much. I know people asked me that after CES, and I really didn't care as much about it because I was all up in the S10 Lite and Note 10 Lite. So I really did not look into it. Let me take a quick look at it before we end the show. Let me find out about this Samsung A71. Let me see the specs. Can you even buy it yet? Or is it still not out? Okay. Yeah, not on the US release. So 6.7-inch O display, Super AMOLED Plus. I like the prism in the back. Okay, let's see. Check out these cameras. 64 megapixel f1.8. Not a big fan of that. I really would rather less megapixels and lower aperture. That's one thing I'm really on this S20. I want a low aperture, Samsung. Don't mess that up. Right now you have the best low light because you have an f1.5 aperture. Do not mess that up by going higher. Okay, ultra wide, 12 megapixel f2.2, 5 megapixel depth camera, and 5 megapixel macro camera. So no telephoto, which isn't the biggest deal for everyone, but it's kind of different compared to what it's doing. Ultra wide angle 123, pretty good on that. I do like a macro camera. I have loved that on my OnePlus device. It has steady shot, has live focus. Does it have live focus on video? No, it doesn't look like it. Selfie focus blur, yeah, it has that. 4,500 milliamp battery with a 25 watt charge, love that. Octa-core processor, 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, good. Fingerprint and display scanner, I really need Samsung to do better with that. Good. It just depends on the price point, which I do not think we have that in the US. Yeah, it looks like it's going out in India and other countries, but it does not look like it's going to be available in the US from what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so you can get it unlocked. The international version, I should say. You can get that model for about 500, which my big thing is I don't know what octa-core processor this is, so I can't really recommend it in that sense. I wish I knew what processor it was. Let me see if GSM Arena will tell me. Snapdragon 730. Not bad, not the best. I would say it's okay. I mean, for 500, I feel like you can get a better overall device out there, but it's not bad. All right. Let's see, what else? What's your favorite use of NFC? I love it, especially when pairing Bluetooth speakers. I do love NFC for that. I think my favorite use is I still touch back-to-back to transfer stuff. And I love it for business cards. I always thought that was a really cool thing. I've had business cards with NFC built in on them, and I love it. I also had a routine set up with NFC tags. So, like, I would have my desk, I would have an NFC tag, tap it, and it would immediately do something. So, like, I'm going to do that in my new studio desk over here. So, they basically have an NFC tag that when I tap it, it'll turn on Do Not Disturb. And then when I tap the right side, like I'm done filming stuff, it'll turn off Do Not Disturb. So things like that will be really cool. Let's see. Huawei Pan. Oh wait, LG Stream. Actually, he does have a few merch that has Rigsby on it. I do have a few merch that has Rigsby on it. If you buy it, I will feature you on the show. Buy it, send me a picture with you wearing it, and I will feature you on the show. Note 10 Plus 5G request. Can you do us a favor and look into AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, and a video explain the Note 5G high band, mid band, low band range compatibility? Sure, I could do that. But I think it's also going to be a big thing changing with the S20 5G, because that's going to be the real interesting one. I'm hearing 2020 iPad will have 5G. We'll see. Video requests continue. Note 5G compatibility difference between them. Which is the best to get? I don't know stuff like that. I think there's a lot of confusion around 5G in general, and talking about all the different models is really important. Hi Ricky, I'm still holding on to my Note 9. Do you think this new Galaxy would be worth upgrading or just wait? I would probably wait for the price to go down with this one, because it will go down. Unless they give you a really good trade-in value for your Note 9. You get the Ultra, what will you highlight on your videos? I'm going to do everything with the Ultra. We're going to do the 10 hidden features. I know I never did it with the Note. I apologize tremendously for that. It kept pushing back and pushing back with newborn, moving, holidays, CES, getting sick, unpacking. It got pushed back so further than I wanted it to. So yeah. Oh, a new job. So yeah, it was a whole lot of stuff. But 10 hidden features will return for sure. What's up, Ricky? Do you think the announcement is going to be with Android and Samsung at the event? I don't necessarily think there is one. If you look back at that tweet, Samsung was just like, come on, Android, let's do this. I think it's just going to be, it'll have the latest version of Android, and they promise to upgrade quicker, which Samsung has been doing technically, so that's not bad. Have you tried planks, the exercise that helps with the back and abs? And no, I have not. Not sure what that is. I throw out my back trying to plank. Yeah, my tech and pants. How are you going to fit the Galaxy Fold 2? Not only does the thickness of the Z, but it's longer and heavier too. I have no problem fitting the Note. I have no problem fitting this in my pants, so I don't have an issue with it. But I don't wear skinny jeans. Apple over-ear headphone coming next month. I wonder if it really is. So yeah, I'm curious about that. I've seen the A71 for 400 unlocked, but you have to realize that it might not have the same bands that you want. So be very careful with getting an international phone and bringing it to the US. It's a good little exercise, 30 seconds to a minute. Interesting. All right, guys, we will call that a show. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Move this mic out of the way. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to give a like, thumbs up down below. It really helps out the show. And yeah, I will see you guys at CES. And thank you for joining on this special edition of Mobile Weekly. Thank you again, as always, for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.